Okay, what's going on? A spring update. Title update number 11. Now, this is very interesting because we're going to go through all these patch notes and they got some big changes. Now, what's very interesting is this is the first iteration that the game has changed ever so much. Normally, by the time the January patch comes out, that's it. The meta is basically defined or has been patched and it kind of just stays at that point. But it appears this year, a new edition, things are evolving. In fact, probably the most important year to learn the basics. There's a full title update notes as well that should be here. You can check these out on title update number 11. And we're gonna go through these. In fact, I'm gonna go through this one because it'll show the graphical image as well. So they've adjusted playstyles. When it comes to Playstyle and Playstyle Plus, we want to maintain a strategic difference between them. So we made several tuning changes. Our goal here is to ensure meaningful different options are available to players when building their squads, with Playstyles and Playstyle Plus offering greater variety. Now, Tiki Taka lowered the accuracy and pass quality of first-time passes. Okay, I don't know why they've done that, to be honest. I don't think many people see. Decreased accuracy-driven passes. And then for the ping style, Playstyle Plus, they buffed it. Okay, so Tiki Taka, they've nerfed it for normal. Normal ping, they've nerfed that. But for the Playstyle Plus variation, they've increased accuracy. Jockey, reduce the maximum possible sprint speed. Jockey, what? That is not good. Considering everyone is struggling with defending this year. You know what would have been effective? If they just reduced. I understand why they did it. Okay, because the game has become a bit more defensive this year. Finishing is the issue. I'm hoping they've changed something with finishing. What they should have done is they should have decreased the run and jockey speed for every single player and then kept the jockey playstyle as it is and the run and jockey playstyle as it is. That's how they should have done it. They should have nerfed the jockey speed as a whole for people that don't manually defend and overcommit. I know people are struggling to jockey, but it's mainly a positional error. But I think if you're going to do it this way, I'd rather they nerf the whole thing. But there's a reason why I did that. Anyway, press proven, reduce the shield effectiveness. Playstyle Plus is they increase the shield effectiveness and increase the strength attribute effectiveness while shielding. Okay, I think that's kind of needed. Decrease accuracy of crosses is good. Increase the ball speed from lower powered headers. Can't comment. Reduce the set piece preview length. Okay, so the plus variation is now going to be better. Power header. They reduced the ball speed from medium to high powered headers. Maybe this will help with the meta. With the right now, if you're watching the pro scene as well, it's a bit of a disgrace with aerial and power header and so on. Reduced amount of half time and extra time stamina recovery. I think this is actually a good one because I do believe that relentless and sometimes. Actually, I'm kind of impartial with this one. I'll come back to this one. Aerial Plus, reduced amount of added running jumping height. This includes jumping height as well. So reduced amount of added running jumping height. This is a good one. And reduce the ball speed from power shots, which I think maybe they just had to adjust the Playstyle Plus variation. And actually, I agree they have to kind of do it for both because then the animation, Playstyle Plus just increased the animation speed. Okay. Legendary AI. Okay, so AI is going to change. I'm not going to comment on this because this is made just against Legendary AI. Shooting animations. Starting from the attack side, added more to capture on multiple rollout, including a goal from Haaland. Okay. This might improve finishing. If this adds a new animation inside the game that could effectively let you shoot from these angles and give you a better shot, this might be the most needed buff that we need was in terms of shoot finishing. They have to adjust finishing. I'm hoping they adjust finishing. But this just could be just purely an animation. And where the trajectory feels that way is kind of a different thing. Anyway, new skill animations. Vinicius Jr. is one of the most spectacular players. I'm adding a new skill move based on the capture. Okay, interesting. So a new skill move. So you can access skill move now by pressing L2 and R2 once while standing. The previous trickster skill move with this input has been moved to L1, L2 and R2. Okay, interesting. The L2 and R2. Interesting, and it's kind of interesting they did this with a title update. You never really see them introduce a skill move mid-season. This is actually very interesting from like a patch cycle perspective. There's of course only available people with trades Playstyle Plus. There's a new clearance animation. Okay, so this is actually very interesting. I was about to this direction of this video might change because they're now adding in animations, because normally when we see a change, we see an iterative change normally in September when the cycle starts. But what's become apparent from this is changes can be made on the fly. They've never done this before in any FIFA, or I know this is the first FC installation. But I'm just thinking that when was the last time I think they done this was like FIFA 16 when they changed the buttons of the drag back and they nerfed it, if I'm not mistaken. I think interesting. This is very interesting. We'll come back to this spring update here. Okay, what else has changed here? The main things. Okay, 86 new star heads. Okay, so this isn't a nerf that was not needed, because I don't think a tiki-taka playstyle is particularly amazing. The plus version is good, but I don't think the normal one. The pinged pass, I agree with this. I think this is not bad. The plus variation, I agree with the buff, because pinged pass got nerfed as well in the first update that came out. The jockey reduced maximum possible sprint jockey speed. This is just for the normal jockey playstyle. I wish they reduced every single player as a whole. I think the issue is not the jockey speed. The issue is the transferring when you're moving from left to right. I think that's what the issue is. So maybe what I would have done here is I would have reduced the speed as a whole of everyone's run and jockey speed. But I'll increase, especially with a jockey place and a jockey plus, the way that you can maneuver when you use your left analog stick. That's what I will do. I'm really impartial about these two. Long ball, decreased accuracy of crosses. I agree with that. We know how the crossing meta is right now, especially with the power header. Increase the ball speed from lower power headers. Can't say I do much headers in the first place, as you probably know, so I can't really say that. And dead ball, they reduced the preview length. Now, this is what's very interesting. The power header had to be adjusted, so did area. I think they both right now are dominating the real meta. They reduced the amount. What is the amount? It's very debatable. And then I think realistically they'd have to touch the power shots. They reduced the ball speed. I don't think they needed to adjust, if you're asking me. So the trickster, it's interesting. I don't know what to really think about this, to be honest. You know, I would have, for example, the biggest issue when a game came out has been finishing. And I think what frustrates me is because, to be completely candid, a lot of people just don't understand what the issues are when the game comes out. I think everyone has a right to have their opinion, but you're not going to ask a footballer on, for example, I don't know, some procedure of how to do neurosurgery, for example. And I think things like finishing, people are making the issue of it now when this was the issue from day one, are people missing these open and clear chances. It would have been nice to see something like this. But I think it's an interesting thing that they've done is that they've added volumetric data, they've added new clearances, and they added a new skill, but it's the first time they've done that in a cycle, mid-cycle. And normally what's interesting as well is the game kind of curve is like this kind of in the first few weeks, and then by January, it's kind of where it just stagnates and it just stays very consistent until the end of the cycle. Nothing really changes. Maybe they're trying to do a meta shift now. Maybe they're trying to reduce crosses and headers. Maybe this jockey speed might be the right decision. I think as a whole, they should have maybe done it. Maybe a bit selfish from my perspective, because obviously I don't find an issue with jockeying, but I know people struggle with jockeying. but they've only affected the normal jockey here. So the normal jockey Playstyle Plus is going to be even more important. Very interesting. But yeah, that's it. There's nothing else really apart from that. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out, guys.